Now we shift our focus to Nigeria. It is Africa's most populous country, home to over 200 million people, and a lot of those people are angry. Today, after weeks of build-up, protests have begun in Nigeria. The government has been trying to stop them. President Bola Tinubu tried every trick in the book. He increased the minimum wage. His police and military threatened the protesters. He even got the clergy to denounce the protests, but nothing worked. Angry Nigerians took to the streets across the country today, despite numerous obstacles thrown their way. We'll start with the capital, Abuja, where the protesters' movement has been restricted. A court had intervened on the behalf of the government. It confined the protesters to one particular location, to a stadium on the outskirts of the capital. Now, most of the protesters complied, but some were defiant, so they were seen marching towards the heart of the capital, but they were confronted by the police, who fired tear gas shells to disperse the crowd. Then there was Lagos, Nigeria's largest city. Again, thousands turned up to protest here. They marched through the streets with banners and posters, wanting to end bad governance and also wanting an end to hunger.
We are tired of being hungry. We cannot even feed our children. One tuber of yam is 5,000. We cannot buy tomato and pepper. Pepper is 1,000. The poor cannot survive. Please, we need you to change the government.
And we are not going to stop until every Nigerian can live comfortably in Nigeria. We are not going to stop until we in Nigeria, we Nigerians living in Nigeria, enjoy similar life or a better life than even countries across the world who don't have half of the resources that we have.
Some of the biggest demonstrations took place in Kano, Nigeria's second largest city, located in the north of the country. Thousands had gathered in Kano to make their voices heard. The Nigerian police fired tear gas and live bullets to scare them away. They also doused the protesters with hot water, but the demonstrators were undeterred. However, things did get ugly in Kano. Some protesters set tires ablaze near the state governor's house. The police shot at them. At least 4 people were wounded. So that's the situation in some of the bigger cities in Nigeria. But the protests are taking place nationwide in some form or the other. They're being organized online under the hashtag End Bad Governance. And the protesters are in it for the long haul, it seems. Look at this post. The protesters have created a list of do's and don'ts. They're telling people to wear comfortable shoes, to carry water and sunscreen and power banks so that their phones are always charged, and they can share videos of police brutality in real time. As you can see, this is an extremely well-organized protest. The demonstrators are determined to bring their government to heel. Why? Because they're angry. Angry about the cost of living crisis in their country. Inflation crossed 34% in June, the worst level in 28 years. Food inflation is even higher. It was above 40% in the month of June. People are struggling to buy food. They're hungry. They want the prices to drop. President Bola Tinubu is being blamed for this inflation. When he came to power last year, he made a number of unpopular changes, or reforms, as he likes to call them. One of these reforms was especially brutal. Tinubu removed a nationwide subsidy on fuel, and this sent prices skyrocketing. Fuel now costs 3 times as much as it did 1 year ago, 3 times higher. And this has had a knock-on effect. You see, when fuel prices rise, everything becomes costlier because you need fuel to transport every single thing. The protesters understand this, which is why their main demand is the restoration of the fuel subsidy. If the subsidy returns, prices are expected to crash and people should be able to afford food again. That's the theory anyway. But will Tinubu listen? We'll find out soon enough.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We
we go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We'll start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C.